stupid question. This
enthusiasm on the other side. Why haven't you been campaigning?
Because I'm leading by a lot, and because I'm letting their convention go through. And I am campaigning a lot. I'm doing tremendous amounts of taping here. We have commercials that are at a level I don't think that anybody's ever done before.
People have done commercials before, I think. I think politicians have done commercials. I'm almost certain of it. I'm gonna fact check that. I don't wanna get out in front of my skis or whatever, but so I don't need a campaign because I am way ahead, even though I'm not. And also, and this is interesting, like maybe this is true, he's just backing up a little bit so that the Democrats can do their convention. And I'm supposed to be at the convention. I didn't realize it was right now. I need to get on a plane.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
The convention starts in 10 days, and the question was, you haven't had a public campaign event in a week. You're giving a 17-day before it starts buffer? Oh, you surely are the most charitable person ever, and that very much fits in with everything we know about you. But also, I am campaigning. So all that stuff that I just said, forget about that. I actually like this better. I am campaigning because I've recorded a video to put on True Social. Again, I'm not mad at the fact that he's not doing these events. I'm not mad at the fact that he doesn't have the vigor and virility that he did as a younger man or whatever. I'm perfectly happy about that. But it is definitely a thing that is happening. And look, this isn't new, by the way. Remember, even when he was claiming like, you need to toss out these lawsuits because it's stopping me from campaigning, he was just playing golf even then. Like he's done 4 rallies or whatever, which is something, those are events. But it's not like right now, Harris and Walz are on I think like a week long, or maybe I think it's a 5-day long tour of the battleground states where they're just going all over the place in these battleground states. What is Donald Trump doing? His last rally wasn't even in a battleground state. I think they brought it up. I think it was, I don't remember, it was some Montana or something like that, which is fine. But like, this is not a guy who is taking the campaigning seriously, okay? And there might be a reason that he doesn't want, especially right now, to have public events. Because if he does, then you can compare his public events with Harris's public events, which we know he's very defensive about, and that was also on display.
When she gets 1,500 people, and I saw it yesterday on ABC, where they said, oh, the crowd was so big. I have 10 times, 20 times, 30 times the crowd size. And no, they never say the crowd was big. That's why I'm always saying, turn around the cameras. I'm so glad you asked that. I think it's so terrible when you say, well, she has 1,500 people, 1,000 people, and they talk about, oh, the enthusiasm. Let me tell you, we have the enthusiasm. The Republican Party and me as a candidate, but the Republican Party has the enthusiasm.
Oh, that's just such a Trump thing to do. Just say the thing you wish was true but isn't. Does that make you feel better? Do your feelings trump your facts at this late day in your life? You call a question stupid and then you're very happy that they asked that stupid, nasty question. So it's a lie. We all know that it's a lie. You've seen the comparisons of the crowd sizes. At our first rally last month, Harris packed an 8,000 capacity arena in Atlanta. In Philadelphia earlier this week, Tim Walz appeared visibly staggered by a 14,000 strong crowd. People were ditching their cars to walk miles to the venue in Wisconsin on Wednesday. And in Detroit, they did a rally in an airport hangar to fit as many people as they could. And you could see shots of them there. We're supposed to believe this is just 1,500 people and he gets 30 times as many or whatever. But like the 20, 30 times thing, that isn't a big enough, obvious enough lie for him. So he decided to make it even worse by claiming that his crowds are larger than Martin Luther King Jr.'s. Which we are not going to even fact check that because that's the most ridiculous thing in the world. All of this goes back to the inauguration crowd in 2017 when he just didn't have much of a turnout. And he has been saying ever since then that there were 1 million people there. And if you believe that, if you are a MAGA person and you believe any of these lies, when you can see the evidence with your very eyes, I don't know how you can be saved. What do you think, Brett?
I think it's fantastic. I love the term "with your very eyes." I know that it's real. It always like trips me up. But yeah, no, he's like, I got a 1 billion man march Or what? However much is more than 1 million for the men to be marching. There's women too, from what I hear. It's so fantastic. There is no rule that you have to stop campaigning between the conventions. There's a rule, an unspoken rule, that you're not supposed to campaign during the other party's convention. You're right. That's coming up next week, or a week from a little bit, like a week and 3 days from us.
Yeah.
So that's just amazing to me that he's doing that. It is so sad, and it's all about Riz and vibes right now on the campaign trail in America. And Trump did have it. We saw it when he stood next to Joe Biden on the debate stage, and Joe Biden was barely awake, and Donald Trump was able to land jab after uppercut on it. And then there was a pivot, and since then, Trump's been off balance. He doesn't know what to do. And he's previously had months and months and months to work out his material for his yearly hour-long special. But he just isn't finding anything that lands in the room. That's what's so sad, and let alone on the internet.
Yeah, I'm glad that you pointed that out, the way that he reacted to the debate, because I think a very reasonable way to interpret the fact that he is still crying the hardest anyone has ever cried in human history over the fact that Harris has replaced him is it's that he's mad because now he might lose. And I think that that's part of it. But I think he's more emotionally mad because he thought he wouldn't have to campaign. And he's a very, very lazy, tired man. He just doesn't want to have to get out there and work. And now he knows that he'll have to because Harris and Walz are wildly popular. And we're gonna close with this, just one or two quick instances of the Harris campaign making fun of that part of the press conference. So they put out this, and they literally embedded a drill tweet. And another thing, I'm not mad. Please don't put in the newspaper that I got mad about his press conference. That is very much the vibes of it right there. And they hit him repeatedly after that, but that's the feeling. And the issue is, like, you can read the vibes, you can sort of like feel the vibes flowing around the United States or whatever, but you can actually just look at the polling of the enthusiasm for the different candidacies. And Harris, the Harris very enthusiastic number is just marginally higher. And that it's not that it's so much higher, it's that it's way higher than it was for Biden. And that's what he doesn't like. He loved that he was going to easily walk into victory, and now he potentially has to fight, and he just doesn't have any fight in him anymore. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.